What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adam. This is Vancity Audi, and in behind me we have the world's quickest Volkswagen Alltrack / Sportwagen. There was a little bit of a debate in the last video I shot with Brian, which we'll get into shortly with Brian when I put him in front of his car so we can talk a bit about it. But what we're gonna be covering in this video is we're here at Racing Greed and we're gonna see how much power it puts down to the wheels on their Mustang dyno showing DynoJet numbers. Then once we've seen what it can do on a dyno, we're gonna show you what really matters, and that's what he accomplished at the drag strip. I think it was about 3 days ago now, in some amazing air, nice and cool temps, nice and low DAs, putting down all that power, and you're gonna have to stick around to the end of the video to see what he managed to do, but trust me, it is well worth it. Let's get to talking to Brian and see what they've done different with their Alltrack. Getting a little toasty out here now. I had to take off my sweater. Here is the owner, Brian. Thank you very much for coming out here and showing what your car can do again. So I just wanted to have a bit of a conversation with Brian because he and I share a few similar viewpoints, we'll say.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to go over it in this video, some of the things that we actually noticed in the last video. So Brian, one of the things that I noticed when we released that world's quickest Volkswagen Alltrack video was, got a bit of hate from the community. Why the hell was that?
I think it was because we were saying it was the quickest Alltrack, but obviously it's a Sportwagen Alltrack. It's the same platform, same everything really. So other than some extra cladding, some extra perks, having an Alltrack, the community didn't like that we were saying Alltrack and not Sportwagen.
Getting a little nitpicky, if you will.
Yeah, so much so that I went back and relabeled all my videos Alltrack / Sportwagen, so we cover both.
Oh, awesome. But now, does it even really matter?
No, because it's the quickest wagon that we know on record.
That is awesome. Well, with a stock block, yes? Or just
block.
period?
No, period.
Holy moly, even better. All right, so what are the differences today versus the last time you were on the channel with the IS38 installed?
Yep, so over winter we installed the PowerMax or PMax 1 2260S. And we updated the sensors to the 4-bar for both of them, and that's about it.
So only the 2 modifications versus what we saw on the dyno last time?
Yeah, oh, and we did a full Miltech exhaust from turbo to tip.
But is that gonna add any power, do you think?
I think it frees up a little bit of the exhaust gases, so it does help.
So you basically have an exhaust, a turbo, and some 4-bar map sensors. That's the only upgrades.
That's all.
Awesome. All right, let's get this thing on the dyno and see what it can do for power. Here we go, guys. Some beast power out of this Garrett PowerMax or PMax 2260S, running E64, 466 wheel horsepower, 405 wheel torque, some extremely smooth looking power bands, the torque and the horsepower, things of beauty. Let's check out a comparison now with what they did today versus what they did last time with the IS38. And here's the direct comparison of the PMax versus the IS38, where Brian managed 379 wheel and 377 wheel torque last time out for a gain of 87 wheel horsepower and 28 wheel torque. Now the differences that we see here are the bottom end. You can really see that they held back the PMax as it builds up at about 3,800 RPM, that's when it really takes off. The other thing that you notice, obviously, is the red line. Where the IS38 only goes to about 64 and change, you get the PMax going all the way up to just shy of 7,200 RPM. What a massive, noticeable difference running the exact same fuel, but with an upgraded turbocharger. Some pretty incredible numbers, and that was pretty badass. Now, this is a different dyno than this car was tuned on. What are the differences that you saw between the Tunezilla dyno and this dyno here at Racing Greed?
Basically, it's 35 higher on this dyno than on the hub dyno at Tunezilla.
So 35 wheel horsepower more on this dyno?
Yeah.
So it just goes to show that each dyno reads differently according to how they were calibrated, the brand. That's a hub dyno, is it not?
Correct.
Where this is a wheel dyno, so that's why we don't base performance strictly off of dyno figures. But still pretty cool to see what you were able to do today.
Yep, it was awesome.
All right, now that we have this, let's see what you did on track. Now, if you like what you guys saw on the dyno today, and more importantly, what you saw for performance out of Brian's Alltrack on the drag strip, and you want to get some of that Tunezilla spicy sauce for yourself, use the link in the description below and save yourself 15%. Two, yes, two guys, 10, 9, 7. One at 124 miles an hour, another at 123.
80 something.
80 something, and change, almost 124. Some incredible performance out of this Volkswagen Alltrack / Sportwagen. Impressed? Is that what you were expecting?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Your goal was the 10s, you're
Just
there
wanted
now.
to hit the 10s, that's it.
It happened to hit a 10, and now you're the world's quickest Volkswagen Alltrack, Sportwagen, whatever you want to say. You have the right to say that now. Very impressive. What are your plans for the car now?
Actually, we just want to make sure that we can be consistently close to that 10-9 or like bang on 11-0-0, maybe even start some bracket racing.
Oh, bracket racing, something I am super not familiar with, and I honestly suck at. But with a car like this, running so consistently throughout, I think you might have some success.
Yeah,
Thank you very, very much, Brian, for coming out. This car is awesome. It is such a cool dad wagon, yet a 10-second car on the drag strip. Very, very impressive. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and until next time, take care.